Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sideline Junkie Saturday Night Wrestlemaniacs. I am your host, the Nubian Sumo, James. Lighting up as I usually do, and tonight we are going back to the American Rebel. Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Kaz, for your contribution to the cigar world. We appreciate it. Mm-hmm. I'll give you my libation selection here in a little bit. But allow me to introduce my partners in crime tonight. To my left, the big guy, KG. And to my right, the People's Choice, Don Rodriguez, doing his queer version of MJF tonight.
Hola. Salutation.
I don't know if you can say that, but okay, we'll take it.
I said queer.
James, you're jealous.
I could have said something else. I said queer.
You're not supposed to use that word.
Well, y'all know where to write me. Y'all know where to find me.
You're just jealous. You can't pull this off, especially since it matches my T-shirt representing the realest guys in the room. How you doing?
Yeah, shouts out to my North Carolina Central Eagles tonight, who are in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Georgia State Stadium, playing Alcorn State in the first game of the season tonight for college football, or at least the HBCUs. So,
gotta say hi to the kids.
Hi, Uncle Donald. Effie style.
I'll be Consequence Creed. I got the hair braided up tonight, yeah, as you can see. Braided up real nice. No rubber bands either, so the length is good.
We'll touch bases on that. We'll touch bases on that a little bit. There's a new boxing game coming out next week.
Wait. Since everybody else showed their shirt, I wanted to show mine. See, wait, let me get over in there. See that? Nah, you see that?
We can't see it.
You see that?
Is he crying?
Yes. It was after the three-peat. That was after the first three-peat. MJ. After the first three-peat.
That's the
representing the GOAT. Michael Jeffrey Jordan tonight.
So are you calling him the greatest of all time, or are you in a debate with somebody else?
I don't have to debate. I watched both of them play. MJ's the GOAT. And if I was going to call anybody else the GOAT other than MJ, it would be one Bill Russell.
I thought you were going to say John Cena.
I can't see John Cena.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he's the GOAT. He's been scoring for years. You never knew he was there. Same thing in the NFL. Like, who scored that touchdown? I don't know, but he was putting that work in. He left a couple colorful scarves and stuff, and some T-shirts and things like that all lying around the field. But that's what he do.
What the T-shirts that he stole from the Young Bucks? Those T-shirts?
Hey man, I think allegedly. Let's got to put the air quotes in there. Allegedly.
Yeah, Mr. Limited edition SummerSlam shirts.
Allegedly.
That he stole from the Young Bucks.
Don't worry. Next week you're gonna have some limited edition ice cream ball.
It's starting already.
What were you drinking again? Because honestly, it's got you a little happy already.
I haven't even started, but I am very happy to have this because, as I told you folks a few weeks ago, I had a box coming. Right? I had the
Hold on. Let me channel my inner Brad Pitt. What's in the box?
What's in the box, man? What's in the box?
So I had the Talking Shop Hoot Blood Cabernet Sauvignon wine last time, right?
Right.
And I told you I had a box coming. So now
Drum roll, please. Oh my God, that looks like a heart attack.
The Talking Shop Bourbon Whiskey.
That's going to put some extra hair on your chest.
Your contribution to the whiskey.
You know, he's going to match me. Look at all that. That's natural though. So you got to drink. You got to drink the bourbon to get all that man meat.
Nah, I shave all that off every week. Oh,
I think somebody else should be wearing a rainbow scarf. I tried shaving. Check that out. But,
damn it! Where's she at? Where's she at? We need the police.
Got it.
We need the police.
Oh, there's more than one way.
I'm gonna go ahead and sip this water and sit back.
Sorry.
Somebody give me the number to 911.
Someone please call 911.
Oh, got me choking on that, man. What the hell's wrong with you?
Why you can't save us tonight?
No, you have to save us tonight.
I can't be saved.
I was gonna cut his camera.
This will be the night.
You should have cut it while I was trying to swallow my damn drink, man. What the hell?
Y'all finally get to see them butt crack hairs. I'm telling you, man, you can platinum. So, so are we supposed to do this show or what? Y'all shucking and jiving.
Can we just let's go ahead and go.
My spider senses is tingling.
Mm-hmm.
Just cutting up on camera.
Get it. Use the unicorn. Use the unicorn. Now use the duck behind him.
I got support.
Get the duck. Use the duck on him.
I got support. Elizabeth. Y'all got me in trouble, man.
You got
we didn't get you in trouble.
All right. I'm back. Leave the bird alone. Be sensitive. He only talked 3 days a week. Unfortunately, today's not the day. Hey, we have a show.
What? Yeah. Wait. I guess
we were not to start it until you pulled out all that damn whatever you got on your chest.
I was just saying, you drinking something that's gonna put. I was trying to illustrate for the people to show them what it would look like.
We don't need your help with no illustrations.
Fine then. Fine.
Especially that.
Fine. Y'all hate, man. That's body shaming. That's body shaming. Don't make me feel bad. That's all right.
Okay. Topic number 1. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh yeah. I guess we could get on topic. And the first topic of discussion this week, since we are 2 shows in technically, is what's your CMPunk impressions? I mean, we've had him 2 tapings in one night, but Dynamite and Rampage, and technically an after show pop with him, Christian, and Kazarian. So we've had a triple dose of CM Punk. It was also reported after he did his initial debut that he paid for those ice cream bars, gentlemen, out of his own pocket.
Yep.
So
he went somewhere and got those made and paid for them out of his pocket. Yes, he did.
That's right. So he got some extra ice creamy skin in the game. So tell me what you guys think, beyond the initial pop that we had when he first came out at the pay-per-view. Now he's in AEW proper. What's your thoughts, KG?
Oh, since you're going to me first, let's just say I'm not.
You are controlling the boards, last I checked. You are controlling the board.
She just told you to keep your shirt on, and you should be ashamed. He should, Perry. He should.
I should be.
But unfortunately, he has no shame, so there's that won't happen.
That's right.
I'm good with it.
Show. They wear tights. I mean, I should feel free to go. If I don't want to wear a singlet, I just want to wear the shorts. I should be able to do that, man. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you,
Nobody said that to
Brian Pillman Jr.
Wait till I get buff. Let me know what year that is, but wait till I get buff. Then y'all gonna be hating for real.
I'm gonna go ahead and leave it alone.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say what you got to say, KG.
Okay.
James got
what I got to say. CM Punk reaction. It's great that he's back. I I've seen a lot of people say a lot of things. Booker T, number one. I don't feel nothing that Booker T said. You know,
I was going to save that for James. I knew he was going to go there, but go ahead. You open the box. Go ahead and talk about it. I am so Keith Lee. You know what? I'm fine.
Oh, damn it!
It's the show now. It's the show now. Now we in it. Oh, Lord, is that my mama?
Somebody called his mama.
Somebody
called his mama.
You know what, Perry? That's the way I feel about what Booker T said. Booker T was way off base. He had a lot to say, and he was just wrong. And I'm like, you started to make me not like you a lot because you criticize everybody for what they do, bro. Get yourself together. That was you started off the week in Houston with 50,000 people singing Judas, which was absolutely beautiful. Then you come back again and with CM Punk, they killed it. And then you bring CM Punk back again, and then we're going to wind up seeing him in action in the next few weeks. Man, that is absolutely positively beautiful. I'm loving it. I love what AEW is doing. And somebody said something that's very, very poignant. AEW is doing.
Shirt on. Your body.
Sorry, go ahead. I mean,
AEW is doing what you wish WWE would do.
His wife had already told him to put his shirt on. You see what he did, though.
She done told him twice.
And told him twice, but I ain't gonna say nothing. Go ahead.
But AEW is doing what you wanted WWE to do for the last 3 years, 5 years, however long. But this is what they're doing is what you wanted WWE to do. And Perry, you're right. Even Cornette thought it was better than expected, and Cornette doesn't like anything.
Right.
I don't even think Cornette likes his show.
Cornette has a negative opinion on everything, pretty much AEW, but he likes what he likes. Okay, so with him giving that entrance, that everything for CM Punk, and him going against what Booker T had. Oh, Booker T was being a company man, pretty much. He was being a company man. Even though he said he wasn't, he was.
Oh, we know.
But you know, that it was incredible. I mean, like KG said, best entrance ever. I don't care who you talk about. I don't care, 1 and 2, and you can put them in either way, any form or any fashion you want to. The Judas crowd sing along without the music, and followed up by the CM Punk entrance into AEW. A 1-2 punch nobody will ever be able to beat. I'm sorry. And for him to say that CM Punk wasted that entrance, that promo, that 10 minutes. Hell, it took him 10 minutes to get to the ring because he was milking it so much.
Of course. And he should.
You know, as he should have. And then for him to get into the ring and say everything he had to say, of course he's going to talk about WWE. Why wouldn't he? That's the reason why he left the business. And then for Booker T to criticize him on that when he did the exact same thing when he got into Impact or when he got into TNA. The same thing that any wrestler that comes out of that was let go of WWE would do.
Of course.
You know, why would he criticize him for that? It's hypocritical.
You know why he would do it? Because he would do it because it's not him. Whenever Booker T doesn't get the shine, he hates on it. Right. He's a crab in the barrel, unfortunately. And I hate to do it, but I got to do it. As a black man, you cannot be a crab in a barrel.
Right. Before you get there, KG, what I thought was kind of borderline disrespectful was when we go all the way back
to you having that no shirt on right now. Boy, if you don't put them 38 C's back in that shirt,
when
look
when
like
they
you about
was
to start
all
lactating.
hey man, you got some cereal? I'll hook you up.
Skip.
No, we ain't got no booty-os.
Skip.
So what I'm
We ain't got no
trying
booty-os for you.
is that what's kind of also messed up is how when he was doing WWE backstage, you wouldn't call it WWE backstage, but backstage he was all pole rotting CM Punk.
Right.
Everything was all cool.
When you
CM
coming
Punk,
back, dog? When you coming back,
Yeah.
dog? Shucky ducky.
talking about the beard game.
Shucky ducky.
Now he got a problem. Go ahead, Dan. Just wanted to point that out that Booker T was out there, drinking the CM Punk Kool-Aid. Oh, he back, and he out here, the voice of the voiceless, da da da. And now you've got a problem.
No, I ain't got nothing else to say about that coon.
Let's
Go on. Let's move on.
Hold on. Let me stop you right there. Don't you ever, and if Booker T ever sees, don't ever call yourself the voice of the voices. That is K-Bro. He is the voice of the voices, not Booker T. That is K-Bro.
Well, don't see up first, but
I don't give a damn. It's K-Bro. Don't ever call yourself that. Nobody. That's K-Bro. Oh, damn it, it's K-Bro.
Don't cry, man. Don't cry. Don't cry.
It's my quarterback.
I can't stand the rain.
Oh, and by the way, to the good brothers, I'd like to say that this is a damn tasty beverage. I must say, thank you very much. Other than the fact that I choked on the first swallow because of asshole over here, but I'm very much enjoying this, and I appreciate your contribution to the whiskey business. I appreciate that.
Okie dokie. And since we're gonna move on to the next one, I mean,
that's your thumbnail right there, KG.
Don got to get his Wi-Fi together because he all over the place. I think it's because
them nipples interrupting his reception.
Yeah, I think he didn't. Man, he done froze up on us, and then that's a bad steal, boy. That's a bad steal.
It is.
I gotta cry. When somebody else calls himself the voice of the voiceless, and only voice of the voices I acknowledge is K-Bro, so I don't acknowledge anybody else.
Well, I don't know who K-Bro is, so.
Oh shoot! You wasn't here for that. That's that Don cousin. But the Becky Lynch situation. Word on the street, they're gonna send. They're gonna turn Becky into a heel.
They got to. They got no choice, especially now.
Wait. Hold on. Number one, contrary to popular belief, OnlyFans will not be going away from porn. They're going to keep with it. So everybody's in luck because my OnlyFans page is going to still be running. Perry say his eyesight coming back. We starting off the night. Woo. Well, hold on. I got to pull up show notes now because Don's away from the computer.
Well, no, let's continue with the big Becky Lynch thing.
The Becky Lynch situation. They're gonna turn Becky into. They about to pimp Don out. Oh Lord, I'll be his manager. Look, all I want is 45%. Y'all can keep the rest. Becky, word on the street, they're gonna turn Becky into a heel. Me personally, I don't like. I'm still bitter at how they took the belt off of Bianca, and her being visibly upset. There's no way in four hills.
I was censored.
Yes, you were. We were starting to cancel. We were starting to cancel your ass for real. Yes,
I was censored, man. Right in the middle of it. Next thing I know, how they gonna do that to me, man? Cancel culture.
Yep, we were about to cancel. We were on the verge.
Wait,
hold on. Verge of canceling.
Hold on.
What happened to my freedom of expression? I can't show my breasts when I want to.
Don't worry about that. Me and the wife about to work that out. How about instead of 55-45, we can go 50-50. I mean, I understand you got bills, you got to get all the funds, but I need creative control and 50-50.
Man, I'm mad y'all over here negotiating
Hey,
on
look.
my behalf.
I need 5% just for my eyesight off of that shit. I'm a sue.
We ain't got no money yet. Let's build this up first. Hold
Hey,
on.
that's all right. I want 5% in the contract for my eyesight for what he did to my eyesight, or I'm calling Stephen P. New.
Let me make money off the scar since it was all up on my body, and then we can go from there.
Okay, how about this? To make it official, let's call Johnny Cochran.
Let's
call Johnny Cochran. I told you, I'm calling Stephen P. New.
You call him to make it official, so let's call Johnny Cochran.
Hey,
I'm calling Stephen P. New.
If the man meat fits, you must have quit.
Yeah, you're gonna be a working man meat dude. We're gonna get this OnlyFans bread. Now, anyway. Becky.
Hey, now that it's back on OnlyFans, it's popping. I'm gonna show y'all some stuff.
Becky as a heel.
Damn thing, but go ahead.
Okay, the Becky situation. Let's stay on task.
Yeah, let's talk about the Becky situation.
This show is off the rails already, folks.
Already. Normally we go at least an hour before it goes there.
At least, but
But
enjoy, people.
They want drinking. Can y'all stay sober, please? That's all I'm saying.
I'm not promising that at all.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't drink.
I already know I got a bad week coming, so I'm getting it in.
So the word on the street is Becky is going to be turned into a heel. Now I'm still pissed off about how they took the belt off Bianca. Bianca's emotions that flowed that night, those were genuine emotions, because you didn't give her a chance to put on a show. Now I'm not sure. I heard Sasha Banks was out due to COVID testing, possible contact tracing.
Yeah, they knew a week before SummerSlam that she wasn't going to be on the show.
Yeah, they wrote that out just because they were in pseudo crisis control. Because at one point they were talking both were cleared, and then one was cleared, and both was cleared, and nobody was cleared. But it was all crisis control once Punk got that pop that he did. And one thing that Vince listens to, and that's the crowd, whether it's his or not.
Yeah, but who should Vince be listening to? The people around him. Because now, granted, bringing Becky back was good. Yeah, but bringing Becky back was good.
Don't listen to
bringing Becky back was a panic move.
Because you brought her back early, but bringing her back was good. But you brought her back and took the championship off your white hot superstar. And Perry, Black Twitter, man. Black Twitter, period, is fucking heated.
Now we're going to touch on the fallout from that and what you actually have on one side of the coin a little bit later on in the show. But if anything, they could do the right thing possibly and make this a long stretched out feud. So that way we don't have the immediate rematch at Extreme Rules. We may not even have the immediate rematch at Survivor Series. If you stretch this out the right way to build Becky and get her the heat, because right now she's gonna get the pop. And it's gonna be hard to turn her heel, considering that the only person she can turn on or that she can attack is Bianca Belair. Because everybody else, well, technically they did bring Naomi in, so if she beats down Naomi 3 times a week, then eventually you'll get her a little bit of heat. But they're gonna have to draw this out so that way you can adequately do this properly. But if they just go straight into the rematch and Becky, instead of saying nope, and Bianca's chasing and interrupting, because Becky's gonna have to wrestle at some point. So it seems like somebody could be about to beat Becky, but here comes Bianca interfering. Stop trying to offset my nakedness with the cute.
Cheap pop.
Yeah.
Say hi. Say what up, cool.
You better be glad you cute.
We both get naked at the same time and still be cute. I'm just saying.
No, don't just run around. Let my book go.
Like,
that's the sacred book of records.
That's right. Get the check.
Say bleh.
I mean, if they stretch it out with the long build to the match, James, would you be a little bit more? So would you be a little bit more comfortable with that?
I got no choice that to be comfortable with it. They forced it on me. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they didn't try to make Becky a heel before and she became a fan favorite. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to work. It's going to same thing is going to happen. They like Becky. They don't want to hate Becky. They want her to be hated.
But
So that's not going to happen.
Scrolling back to Perry's comment about it, Black Twitter and everybody else. One thing WWE is good with, and they've done it many times before, is taking current situations and building it to a storyline. So if you can take and capitalize the lightning in a bottle that is people being pissed off about it, now that's going to involve Bianca actually calling it out and throwing that into a promos and Becky just dismissing her or whatever. But if they can utilize that, then you can take that organic involvement into the storyline and make it something.
Well, they're
instead
playing
of it just being writers and then they screw it up.
Because they're playing it off now.
It becomes something.
They're playing it off now like they did it on purpose. Like they wanted this reaction from people. So, they did this. They did everything that they did on purposely.
Well, they knew
to get this reaction.
You can't go out there and kibosh somebody that pretty much held the belt up through the I wanted to say Cosmodrome. Shout out to my Destiny fans, but the Thunderdome era, and the person that was leading the charge basically almost carrying the company on her back. To be honest with you, I mean, we can't dismiss Roman, we can't dismiss Bobby Lashley, but yeah, Bianca was walking that on her back. We saw the results of that at the festival that they were at, Rolling Loud, where nobody really cared about anybody else, but Bianca actually got some attention and some crowd reaction out of a bunch of folks that really wasn't interested in wrestling. So there's some things that can come out of this in a positive light. The problem is it's just going to take a while to get where you need to be, because SmackDown, even though it has a lot going on, doesn't have the women depth to be able to make it as, I guess, without the storyline to give Becky the heat, in my opinion. There's just not enough people.
Well, you already know they're going to stretch this out because you had a match last night with 4 people in it that are going to be in title contention.
Yeah, and Bianca beat them all.
And Bianca beat them all. Plus, you got Naomi coming in, and they pretty much getting ready to turn her heel. They probably if they do what the fans want them to do, she's going to end up joining the Bloodline.
Yeah.
So that'll be a fifth person coming after the title, coming after Becky. So yeah, they're gonna stretch this out for a while. This is a WrestleMania stretch right here.
Oh yeah, but she maybe lose. Oh yeah, Bianca should not have been in that match. So it shouldn't have been a fatal 4-way. It should have been a triple threat. And then Bianca should have came out and beat down the person that won the daggone match. Because you just
Bianca should have walked out when Becky showed up. She should have walked, like I said last week. She should have walked. Let's make the man versus the EST. Nah, that's okay. I'll see you Friday.
Yeah.
I done went off script on that. They'd have had to cuss my ass out in the back because I'd have been like, nah, deuces, motherfuckers.
You would have had no chance. And Vince would have came all the way down, power walking himself.
That's all right. That's what they get for filming live and whatnot. I'm going into business for myself on that one.
But wait. Okay, a few things. Ben, absolutely right. Becky was back because what Fox saw Punk. Absolutely, panic move.
So was Brock. Brock was back because of that too. They had to pull 2 heavy hitters just to try to compensate, not offset, but compensate for the pop that CM Punk. They thought he was going to get, okay, there's going to be some CM Punk fans, yeah, and it was going to be okay. They didn't know that they were going to get that level, old school Hogan level, walking into a place, you know what I'm saying, that level of crowd shaking and emotion. And then you got the meme of all memes to rival the Undertaker's meme of all memes with the one guy who I don't know if they still found him and got his name. They haven't really said anything yet. But
Tommy Dreamer
him
found
crying.
him.
He did.
Tommy Dreamer found him. He's going to be
So
at the next. He's going to be. He should be at. He should be at the next big pay-per-view for them. But he says he says he doesn't want to be famous. He doesn't want to be. They don't want him blowing him up or nothing. But he says he will be at their next major pay-per-view, which I'll bring up later. And but he is appreciative of the attention that he's getting, but he doesn't want to be. He doesn't want to turn this into anything. So he's gonna be real cool about it. Yeah, I would say milk the hell too, shit. But hey,
yeah. you saw how they milked everything. Giannis
some people don't want that 15 minutes.
You hear me, James? Well, KG, Giannis took all that in. I mean, they kept the camera on it, the hard camera on Giannis. That's something that normally does not happen. Granted, he's tall enough that he was standing up and at the middle rope. But
no. Did you see what they did before they started taping?
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
They had him come through the tunnel. They gave him the AW belt. They had him down in the ring. I don't know who that was that was with him. Who was that was with him?
Just one of his friends.
Or was one of his brothers?
They didn't give any names. I haven't been able to find that out. But you don't put the hard camera in a wrestling company on a non-wrestler at all. And that he was hard camera bound multiple times. So that showed how much, Tony Khan believes in doing things, the right way and letting true fans celebrate exactly what it is of, wherever they come from. And, in the city and all that stuff, it was just a perfect night for everything to go down. And then the ice cream bars and all that fun stuff and, the Rampage taping and, we'll get into that too. Well, actually, let's talk about now. Rampage.
Hold on. Before you go to that.
What? I just want to say, to me, Rampage was not hitting this week. That's just me. Let me know what you guys think, but I was not moved at all.
Well, I mean, how you gonna follow up CM Punk in last week? That's gonna take a minute. I mean, and plus, this isn't going to be a show that's going to have a whole lot of really big main event matches. I mean, this is going to be like their version of main event, pretty much.
But I think that's what they need not to do. They need to make it more main event. Things need to happen. Titles need to change. We'll get into it, but I was happy with seeing, as we talked about last week in Dynamite, that there were actually some dark matches or dark competitors that normally were on dark that were actually opponents doing Dynamite. So they, like we mentioned, bringing people in, mixing them and stuff like that. So everybody is getting an opportunity to get some shine. Even if you're just going to be the jobber, at least we see it. And we know that there's some investment going on. But go ahead, KG. I'm sorry.
No, I'm agreeing with Ben. Ben said, Becky and Charlotte gonna have a 300+ title range. Yes, they are. Perry says Naomi Hill's turn started last night, and it was something that I seen. I think it was either last night or this morning. It was a picture that Bianca posted of Naomi braiding her hair, and I thought, maybe I looked too deep into it, but I thought something was gonna come out there, but I probably looked too deep into it because they cool. But I was like, that could be something. But that's not an idea.
Is dead.
Yeah, but
anything that you see behind the scenes doesn't necessarily have anything to do with what's going to go happen in the ring. So, yeah, they're good friends. They cool with each other. So they'll be on a TikTok sometime tonight. So I mean, whatever.
But they'll be feuding though, since the Street Profits and the Usos are starting a program,
right? And like I said, she'll most likely be a part. She'll most likely be a part of the bloodline at some point. So that'll all
6-person
blend in.
So I guess we're already at the segue. What were you gonna say, KG?
I'm trying to get to the comments. We got people watching. The squash happens because Becky's not ready to take bumps. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Now, she would listen to us and been breastfeeding while she was on the road the whole time with Seth. We ironed it out how you can do it. We've done 3 years of this, so we covered that in year 1, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. That was one of our most high-profile shows.
Heck yeah, man. People still wondering why the heck we went that far. I don't even know how we got there. It's been so long. We go from just wrestling to breastfeeding, but you know.
Ronda Rousey getting pregnant. That's where we got it at. We was talking about how to keep her on the road.
Yep.
And we fleshed it all out, and she still didn't listen to us.
For you, Ronda, I put the nipples out tonight just to support you since you finally got pregnant. Congratulations. I don't think we ever said that on the show. But
you guys seen Lacey Evans?
Well, she like she about to explode.
Yeah, she is glowing. I'm like, yeah. I like pregnant women.
I don't know if it's the twins. It looked like it was twins as big as she's got.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Perry panic move, and he milked an extra 1.5 year 8-match deal out of it. Yep.
Brock Lesnar. Yep.
And Rampage is their Thunder. Yes. And
no, WCW. I wouldn't call it Thunder because Thunder was
trash.
A waste of time. Everybody that was on it, everybody that produced it, really has talked about how it was a waste of time. When you got Kevin Nash and others that are guaranteed money coming out there, not really caring about the show. Well, they started Thunder off stupid with that daggone medieval times crap. That first episode where it all looked like castles and crap like that. I don't understand what that had to do with wrestling and who made that dumb decision. And then finally they gave it a life of its own with a better stage. But yeah, I think they need to do something with it because it's pointless to have TV time to air, especially if you're going to record it after Dynamite. Then you've got enough talent to really make something happen. So if they book it right, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed that Tony Khan will not let it be just the other show just to have another show. Because if that's the case, then you're really wasting your time with the other internet shows that you got.
Well, I think it's gonna get, like you said, it's gonna get a life of its own, and it's gonna build into that. I mean, they used CM Punk to try to bring some eyes onto it, which worked. There were over 1 million viewers on both the last two shows, so they've got eyes on it. And now that CM Punk has come out and pretty much said that Bryan Danielson is going to be on AEW, it's just a matter of when. And people are going to think that if they did it with CM Punk on Rampage, maybe they'll do it with Bryan Danielson on Rampage. So they still got people looking at that. Now they've shown pictures of CM Punk where he's putting people's initials on his shoes. He had BD on there and he had AC on there. AC being Adam Cole. So so he's putting little teasers out there. He's planting seeds and whatnot. So who knows? Is it going to be on Rampage? Are they going to come out on Dynamite? Are they going to come out on a pay-per-view? Which is which?
It's supposed to be Bryan Danielson. I guess we need to call him by his proper name. Bryan Danielson is supposed to.
Oh, we lost him again.
Yeah. He put the moves away, and then all of a sudden the Wi-Fi goes.
We missed all of that, Don.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said Bryan Danielson is supposed to be All Out. We'll see if that's still a lock or not, but that's the direction that it's supposed to go.
Yes, and AEW Dark and AEW Dark Revolution will be moving to Universal Studios. So yeah, so they won't be having those long 4 and 5 hour shows like I was talking about the other week, like they've been having. So like you said, they'll film Rampage right after Dynamite, so it'll be like a 3 hour show rather than the 4 and 5 that they've been doing. So that'll be a little better for the fans, so to speak. Instead of keeping them from having to see the same factions 3 and 4 times a night. So
right, because the last thing you want is for it to become a WCW thing where there's too many daggone factions, and everybody just meld together in the same faction. So Go ahead and hit the next topic because we pretty much skirted around it the entire time, KG. So you might as well just go ahead and slide in.
Oh, Elevation is going to be on the
that's
road. Okay, well, yeah, okay, I can see that. Dark being a studio show, and Elevation being on the road, kind of like a house show. I can see that. Kind of like having it be like a B show, you know, whenever being in like a smaller venue, kind of like what WCW and WWE have done in the past. I can see that.
So SmackDown storylines. It came to me as I watched all the programming this week that SmackDown's kind of heavy on important storylines that are really moving the company on the WWE side of things. Raw, you pretty much have nothing. No disrespect to Randy Orton and Riddle, but their feud with Omos and AJ Styles is not a needle mover. Bobby Lashley is the almighty and he's amazing, but they don't have anybody of epic proportions for him to go up against. That's pretty much Raw. Everything else is just people in place. But on the SmackDown side, we've already talked about it. Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair is a thing. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman and the looming Brock Lesnar is a thing. Happy Corbin is a thing that just started. Dominic and Rey Mysterio are a thing. So that's just 4 discussions right there of storylines that, in my opinion, are going to matter in the next several weeks, where Raw just doesn't have what we want from the flagship show. So that means that if we remove the wrestling thought process out of it, the Fox execs are extremely happy because they've got pretty much the jewel of the Nile, and USA is pissed. So first of all, do y'all feel this way? And second, how can USA put their money where their mouth is and get their influence to get what they need so that way they can be in competition with Fox, leaving AEW and everybody else out of it? It really comes down to Fox versus USA and who's spending the money. And right now, Fox's influence is extremely heavy since they recently paid the WWE a crap ton of money to have SmackDown on Fox and stuff. So that money is still fresh in their eyes versus USA is just grandfathered in technically at this point. So that's the 2 questions. James, I'll let you go first about, is my thought process right? Am I wrong about SmackDown being heavy in the storylines? And then second, if you think and you agree, what could USA do, or what could USA do to get back on the ball?
Well, yeah, I mean, SmackDown is doing everything that they can do, to make that show relevant. I mean, they even recycling storylines. I mean, the Happy Heyman, not Happy Heyman. I'm used to hearing people saying Happy Heyman. I'm sorry.
That was
the Happy, yeah, the happy Corbin joint. All that is a remake of the Cameron Grimes thing that they did in NXT. Instead he got his money gambling in Vegas, and Grimes got his on Bitcoin or whatever it was. So, pretty much same thing. Then you got Elias, who's dropping his guitar because they brought in Rick Boogs.
Yep.
So, no telling what they're going to do with him. So, I mean, they're doing what they need to do to move things around and keep that show relevant, keep it interesting. I don't know what's going on the Raw side. I mean, they need to switch up the writers again, or what? Like you said, they don't have anything for Lashley. That's why they brought Goldberg in as a move to try to keep him relevant. I mean, nobody knows what's going on with Kofi. Why does he disappear? Why is
they said it was an injury allegedly, something to that effect. But they haven't said what it was. But that's the last thing that I read on pwmania.com.
I mean, they're pretty much pushing. Who is Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode, to try to make them relevant again. They trying to do something with Miz and Morrison, like they're saying down here on the bottom. I mean, they're reaching, and they're reaching to try to get something going on down there. So I don't know what the deal is.
What they need, dude. KG, you chime in. Do you think SmackDown storyline heavy, and if so, what can USA do to beat competition internally against Fox?
Hire some new writers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. Hire somebody, but don't just hire new writers. Hire writers that know what the hell they writing about. Hire people that know the business, that know, okay, we can't recycle this because this has already been done just 2 years ago. This has already been done 6 months ago. Let's not do that again. It didn't work then. It's not going to work now. Hire somebody that knows, that's competent enough to know what the fuck they're doing. And Liv Morgan is relevant. Thank you very much. She's always relevant. Did you see how good she looked?
Yeah.
James, keep your eyes in your head. This is my moment.
Hey, I was cutting your grass real good last night.
This is my moment.
I had the lines in there, the light lines and the dark lines in there. I had your shit looking like damn FedEx Field and shit. I had the damn in the driveway, all along the driveway. I trimmed your hedges and the whole shit. I was, boy.
And Perry, I agree with you.
Night.
Leave. I'm gonna gloss over what you said. I'll handle you later. But Perry, yes.
All three is Vince.
Yes.
All three is Vince. So we can't always put it on Vince because there's still Vince has some say, but there's a lot of underlining say that goes on from Pritchard and others that isn't even hitting Vince. It's just happening.
But now they're saying that WWE is not going to go after any more independent talent.
There we go. Vince could be a genius, the villain.
So I mean, they get rid of people that they could have brought up. Then they're saying they're not even going to bring in other talent that they could work with.
Right,
try to help them.
Don't get there. Don't get there yet. We got some time on that.
And I've been saying for weeks, Vince needs to give up that final say, Perry. Everything is not going to.
Final say, but people are doing things and making moves without Vince being the final say. That's just business.
He's overriding a lot of.
And then it is what it is. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then he'll have the rebuttal say. But he's not the only one. We need to put pressure on the other ones that are making decisions besides Vince, that he said, okay, I'll put you in charge. Kind of like the gentleman that is responsible for all the firing, Mr. Khan, and his comments about, his perception of the business. I don't even know if he has ever been deeply involved in the business to understand it from the wrestling and performer standpoint, opposed to just the dollars and cents corporate and, stock market standpoint. I mean, that's good to an extent, but, we've seen in the past when you have somebody that has no clue and they're trying to run a promotion, they can run that down to the ground immediately and then have a mass exodus of your talent. But, some of it needs to come from NXT, but since we'll get there, changing NXT, you can't even rely on that anymore. But I think if nothing else, in the short term, they need to pull a page from WCW and ECW. And if you're going to have these storylines, hour 2 of Raw needs to be heavy cruiserweight.
But wait.
Let them boys go and get rid of 205 Live and put them in to that second hour Raw.
Why is it that?
What you say, KG?
And why is it that NXT is not going to get it done? Because Vince has got his fingerprint over that. When you don't need your fingerprint over, let Triple H run that. That's Dusty's baby that Triple H has raised and has raised into a respectable young child. And then you come in and you do the wrong thing. You leave it alone. If it ain't broke, don't fucking break it.
The biggest issue with NXT is that they put it on network. If they would have left it on, well, I guess Peacock now, they could have
Peacock
done
would
more.
have killed it.
Yeah, well, Peacock has killed a lot of things. I'm still upset with that deal. In my opinion, Vince, you have enough money. Did you need the extra millions? Probably not. If you wanted to get some extra millions, just sell off a little bit more of your stock shares that you've done, so that way you can, recoup some extra million. But the best
he about
thing
to do that. He about to do that when he sells to Disney, if the rumors are correct.
Oh, if Mickey gets a hand,
if that's the case, we shouldn't have left. We should have stayed with ESPN. So
I still got to connect. I may be broadcasting from California Adventure one time. You better watch it now. I put the phone calls out. Hey, it's about time I get that annual pass back. Shoot, much expensive these parks, so I need that free trip, that free ticket. But
give me one of those.
I'll invite you down. Trust me, we can park hop all day long with that annual pass. But the biggest and the most important and my favorite part about the network that they never took advantage of except for one time, and that's when Shane McMahon was on Stone Cold Sessions, and he told them, "Don't you wrap me up. I could have swore my name is on this network, and we're gonna go until I say we're gonna go." That's the one thing they never took advantage of that Ted Turner had with WCW. You want an extra hour? All right, then. You want to do an overrun of 20 minutes? Ain't nothing else coming on after Nitro anyway, but movies for guys who like movies. Sure, we'll push it back. You want to do another day and put a crazy thing called Thunder? All right, then. He didn't care. On the network, you could have done all of that. They were constricting themselves like this is a real network. It's a streaming service. So if you want to go over on WrestleMania and make it 15 hours, you could do that. If you want to have a 30-minute overrun because you felt that match was doing well and take it another 10 minutes, they can do that. Peacock, you can't. That mess cut off and they tell you, thank you for watching this programming. I can't even get an instant replay. I got to wait for it to buff past standards and practices, and then they post it. So we're talking about an hour and a half to 2 hours before you can watch the show, and hope on the replay that you can actually get the entire show, barring any, standards of practice issues. Hell, they just now, a year and a half into Peacock with WWE Network, got the ability to rewind.
But
still not paying.
Let me say this. The WWE Network, once they started showing pay-per-views on there, remember old school. Now we old enough to remember this. You pay your $59.99, get your pay-per-view, you got an immediate replay right after that was already included in that price. You could watch it 3 times until Monday morning.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's one thing. I agree with what Perry's saying. Nick Khan got him the Peacock deal. He's untouchable. Yeah, you made the company money. Once you make a company money like that type of deep pockets money, ain't nobody messing with you.
No,
and NXT was done after Vince let it out to USA. Absolutely right.
Vince will fire him too. If it reaches the boiling point and then USA says we got a problem or Fox got a problem, Khan will be out so fast. It's built into his contract. Hell, look what happened in the XFL. And there was nothing wrong with XFL 2.0 but COVID. And they was like, yeah, I think we're going to let you go, boss. Like, God dang, lawsuits are coming. Khan is not protected at all. Vince is just, hey, we'll let him take the bullets and take some of the heat off of me while we make some changes down here and I do some stuff there. But, it's going to be interesting and bittersweet as Vince eventually starts to pull back because he has no choice to see what the state of the business is going to be. But all the WWE needs, in my opinion, is to recognize that they are not the only. WCW, they recognized they were not the only, and we got the Attitude Era. Not holding AEW to the juggernaut force that it's becoming is going to bite you in the behind, and we could have 83 Weeks 2.0. If you recognize that there is others, which AEW has done, as they keep saying on their shows from different people, open a forbidden door, and okay, you exist, let's do something together. We've talked about it, Worlds Collide. Let's start doing these things. Let's start partnering with AAA, not just as a farm league, and you can send somebody up once in a while, and yeah, we'll keep Rey Mysterio out there for the Mexican vote, and then we'll keep Mansoor around for the oil money, and then we'll keep a Canadian here or there to get our A and our maple syrup in, and doing those type of deals just for the sake of appearance. Let everybody have an opportunity to be something and to represent what they are, where they're coming from, and that there's other opportunities and promotions and things, and then you can start reconstructing and competing against. Because really, we're in the 83 weeks if we're going to call a spade, and AEW is still pulling ahead and moving like a locomotive. You guys let me know what you think, but KG, I think you had something to say.
Once you stop recognizing competition as competition and thinking you the guy, that's how you lose. Once you stop trying. Same thing.
That's who we are. That's what
they're not
doing.
trying.
That's what they are doing.
They're trotting out nothing.
Now, what do y'all think about this thing going out that there's some wrestlers saying that Vince McMahon is either backing or actually has ownership in AEW? Do you think that has something to do with it, or maybe
ownership? No, but do I think him and Nick Khan have had a conversation? And Tony Khan have had a conversation? Oh yeah. I think him and Tony have had a conversation. Tony is not uber cocky to where he wouldn't let it happen. So, I think him and Tony Khan have had that conversation of some kind. What the deal could be, we'll never know. But, there is some things that are in play that, are happening that if Vince felt the WCW vibe, yeah, he would just pay people and pull the WCW and give them guaranteed contracts and say, just sit at home. I'll pay you millions. So you can't go anywhere. But
who gonna refuse that?
Potentially become the leader of the Dark Order and salvage that stable. Even CM Punk, like, hey, I may talk bad about it, but this could be a good move for you. Why not? That's for business all across the board. Because what does that do? That puts eyes across you, and that put eyes across AEW. And then they're going to say, well, what's the WWE going to do to combat CM Punk? Okay, we'll give them Becky Lynch and Brock Lesnar. Okay. What is AEW going to do in return? We're going to give them Bryan Danielson. We're going to give them maybe Adam Cole. So I think that there's been some communication. It's smart business. That's like saying, rival NFL teams don't talk to each other.
Hey, he did it with ECW.
Yeah.
So, why not?
Now, if the conversation went sour, could be possible. But even Microsoft and Sony have conversations. So, is it outside the scope of possibility? No. Will we know about it? Probably not. Well, definitely not, because you don't want to put that out there. Vince picks up the phone and makes a phone call, and it goes straight to Tony Khan because he can get that direct number. There it is. I would do it. If you OG and you got those brass cojones, then Vince, I'll call him right now. And there you go. ECW was a feeder, really only because Paul Heyman needed money. If ECW would have got the fair shake at the Nashville network, them bastards, I still was happy with, Spike and Ninja Warrior OG. But, the Nashville network at the time, if they would have gotten the just due and a promotion, we probably wouldn't even seen it go that route, because Heyman would have had the money and the balance to do stuff they needed to do. But, they screwed everybody over, even WWE. So, and then they screwed themselves by just only showing cops for 24 hours, basically. Kind of like MTV and 18 Hours of Ridiculousness. Even though I do like ridiculousness.
ECW was
black
about
man, you can only watch cops, but so much.
ECW was about to sell to Disney too.
Yeah. Heyman was working some deals.
Yeah, he had that deal. He had that deal going with who was the dude? Rick Rubin. He had a deal with Rick Rubin too at one point. Because Rick Rubin is a big wrestling fan. He had a deal with Rick Rubin. He also had a deal with Jim Cornette with what's the name of it? What was that organization he had down in Kentucky? I can't think of it right now. But yeah, he had a deal with him too, because he was Rubin was funneling money to him for that Fed. So
you know, that's out to Paul Heyman. He's gonna find a way to get some money just to keep the doors open and give people what they want until he just couldn't. At that point, you got to sell to the Titan, as they say, and Titan Towers won that day. But let's go ahead and roll over to because we've got to talk about the women. Well, Smoky Mountain.
Smoky Mountain. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Well, let me bring this next segment in right, because as you can see, I'm already.
Music? Oh, let me take my scarf off.
No. As you can see, it's about to get real. I got my Milano dark chocolates ready. So you know what that means.
Chocolate. I'm dark chocolate. I thought Jordan was dark chocolate.
There we go again. You about to get me in trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sit back. Screw your wig on tight. Light you up a nice stick, because it is the one, the only Nubian sumo with. That's just a Nubian.
See, Don, you should have a piece of paper and a pencil right now so you can take notes as to how to bring me in properly. That was wonderful. Thank you very much, KG. I appreciate that, my brother.
No, I'm just about to go, you know.
Yeah, that's you do that for the rest of the show. You do that for the rest of the show. Thank you.
Gone to them.
Now, yes, the NWA Empower show has been going on as we've been talking. I've been holding off and trying to speak on it while we've been talking here tonight, because it is a fairly wonderful show. It has been a very good show so far. To go through what's been happening here, you had Sky Blue versus Christy James that started off the show on the pre-show that they had on YouTube, where Sky Blue wound up winning that match. They wound up going into a triple threat to start the show itself. They went into a triple threat match with Kylie Ray from the NWA, Triple A's Chica Tormenta, and from AEW Diamante. So they called it the brand triple three-way, the brand three-way. So Diamante ended up winning that match. You had the first semifinal of the women's tag team tournament that was going on with the Hex. The Hex being Kylan King. Excuse me. I'm sorry. The Hex was Allison Kay, and Marty Bell.
Right.
Going up against Red Velvet and Kylan King, of which Allison Kay and Marty Bell wound up winning that match. They wound up going into another another tag team match for that belt with let's see, who was it? I'm trying to read what it. Okay, Kylie. Wait, Kylie. No, I'm sorry. Allison Kay and Marty Bell.
They went up against
wrestled Renee Michelle and Sahara 7. I'm sorry. That was the match. That was the match. Yeah, they called them Hell on Heels. Renee Michelle and Sahara 7 went up against the Hex, Allison Kay and Marty Bell, of which Allison Kay and Marty Bell won. So they moved on to the final. Then Red Velvet and Kylan King went up against a new faction that's been put together called the Free Babes. Now, the Free Babes are three women who are all second generation wrestlers. They had Hollywood Hollywood was a second generation wrestler from a wrestler that wrestled at OVW, of which they mentioned, but I didn't really catch who it was, and so I didn't get that. Jazzy Yang, who is the daughter of Jimmy Wang Yang, and Miranda Gordy, who is the daughter of Bam Bam Terry Gordy from the Freebirds, which is where they got the name from for their group. So Kylan King and Red Velvet wound up winning that match. So the finals were Kylan King and Red Velvet versus Allison Kay and Marty Bell, of which they had the final, and your new NWA Women's Tag Team Champions are Allison Kay and Marty Bell, of which during a promo that they cut earlier, Marty Bell had brought up the fact that there's been a lot of tension between wrestling in the Dominican Republic, recognizing the NWA recognizing champions from the Dominican Republic. So now this is the first actual recognized citizen of the Dominican Republic to be recognized as a champion in the NWA. So congratulations to them. The only thing is, I hope they change those belts, because those are some butt-ass ugly belts. No side plates. It looks like they got it from some, like a 5-year-old made them. You know, there's a Carolina blue strap, which I appreciate, but you know, it's just an ugly belt. I'm sorry. The Impact Knockouts champion Deonna Purrazzo went up against Melina, and she wound up retaining her belt. The NWA Women's Champion Camille went up against AAW's Layla Hirsch, of which Camille wound up winning that championship or retaining her championship. She went out into the crowd and got together with Strictly Business. So they had their little celebration. They wound up getting into an altercation with Trevor Murdoch, who was out in the crowd, and that turned into a little bit of a melee. So that happened. There was a promo that was cut by Gail Kim, who came out and cut a promo thanking everybody and talking about her participation in the making of the pay-per-view. She was interrupted by Tyron Terrell and Genocide, along with another young lady by the name of, let me find it, Paula Mayfield. So I think they're going to be like a little faction within NWA on the women's side. They wound up trying to jump Gail Kim, of which there came out the appearance of Awesome Kong, who came out and broke up everything. They wound up getting rid of Taryn Terrell and her crew, and there was a face-off between Gail Kim and Awesome Kong in the ring, of which, if anybody knows anything about those two, they had an epic storyline, an epic battle for a good long time in Impact Wrestling and TNA between the two of them, and with the TNA Knockouts Championship going back and forth between them. And Awesome Kong ended up getting the microphone and stating how much Gail Kim meant to her, and how the only reason she came off of her couch was because of her and being there. And she actually announced officially her retirement from wrestling. So not that I know of has she ever actually stated it. She was in AEW for a while, in the beginning stages of AEW, team along with Brandy Rhodes. So and wound up leaving for whatever her reason was. So but it was unknown as to why or what the reason was for that. So she now officially is retired. She has made her announcement, and that is so we wish her the best of luck with her whatever she decides to do. She's been doing very well in finding television roles and whatnot. She was a part of Glow on Netflix whenever it was going on, and she's been doing some other things in Hollywood. So best of luck to her and whatever she decides to do with the rest of her life and career. And right now we are in the middle of the Women's Invitational Battle Royal, which is they're doing like Royal Rumble style Battle Royal. So that's going on right now. There have been no real surprises as far as anything is concerned. Once they decide a winner, I'll let you know who that is. And that winner will go on to the 73rd anniversary show tomorrow to face Camille for the NWA Women's Championship. And I'll go into that card right quick since I have that in front of me, which there will be another battle royal tomorrow, a 12-man battle royal to determine the NWA National Championship #1 contender. None of the participants in that have been announced. You'll have Tyrus, the Masked Man, and Jordan Clearwater going up against the Pope and the tag team called The End, which is Odinson and Pero. You'll have Tom Latimer going up against Crimson and Tim Storm. As I said, the NWA, the winner of the Invitational Battle Royal going on right now will face Camille for the NWA Women's Championship. Mickie James will be going up against Kylie Ray for the NWA Tag Team Championships. Aaron Stevens and Kratos will be going up against La Rebellion, which is Mecha Wolf and Bestia 666 out of AAA. You'll also have the NWA National Championship, which will pit the champion Chris Adonis versus James Storm. And in the main event, it'll be Nick Aldis versus Trevor Murdoch for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. Now, there's also been said that Ric Flair will be making an appearance at this event on tomorrow night, so we can anticipate his being there. I'm looking forward to seeing those shows, being able to look at this show again without any interruptions, and that show on tomorrow night. There is some other stuff that I could talk about if you want to save it for next week. So, fellas, that's pretty much what's going on with the NWA right now. Any thoughts? Any questions?
No, I mean, we hashed out a lot right before doing pre-show. So, big thing for me was Awesome Kong showing up, and those big old Kong tears that was coming down. I mean, there's been many a time that we thought that she killed Gail King, and then many a time you're wondering, if Kong was going to beat Gail, and how those things went down. I mean, that was just, in my opinion, the pinnacle of TNA/Impact Wrestling, and especially on the women's side. I mean, when Gail King was unceremoniously sent out of the WWE with the, are you crying for real over there, man?
My allergies acting up, that's all.
God bless. When she was unceremoniously let go from the WWE with probably a trash bag special, and then went to TNA and established herself as being arguably one of the best women's workers in the business. And Kong was right there playing the ultimate heel up against her ultimate babyface, man. That was just magic. So to see that happen was pretty cool. And just overall, the fact that the show is doing really well, it's getting a lot of praise from other wrestlers in the industry. I just saw a tweet from JTG saying that it was an amazing show. And, kudos to Mickie James. And hopefully this will not be a one-off like Evolution. It will actually be an annual event that can grow and pull out an arena and stuff like that and do bigger things. So knock on wood that we get the payoff beyond tonight out of it.
You know what was crazy about everything you said? That the word pull out was in your vocabulary.
And the fact that he said Gail King, so he got Oprah on his mind.
Oh man, You can tell my week has been crazy.
But you in the middle of your soliloquy, so I let you have it. You know, I ain't get you right then in the middle of your
appreciate
in the middle
that.
of your filibuster. But yeah.
But you know, a couple of interviews that Gail looked like she was pulling up a couple of midgets behind her, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to ask Stedman about that. I don't know. That could be a possible thing. Who knows what's going on in Oprah land?
No, and look, let me tell you something. I'm very vocal about my feelings for Gayle King. There is none. I don't want her nowhere near me. I don't want her nowhere around me. You disrespectful, funky dope.
Before she got there, oh Lord, there you go. Hold the door. Hold the door. Hold the door.
Can we move on?
We can't wrap it up yet. We got to talk about that thing.
We got one more thing. Last but not least,
we got to talk about that thing.
Yeah, the NXT thing. What's up with that?
Okay, so before we get into the NXT thing, the women's battle royal just ended. The last two in the ring were Tootie Lynn, which is the girl that they've been hyping about. She's from St. Louis, the up and coming star in the independents and whatnot. They're the first one that they put into the battle royal, and Chelsea Green. And Chelsea Green just pinned Tootie Lynn, so it'll be Chelsea Green and Camille tomorrow night for the NWA Women's Championship. Now, this is interesting.
Yep.
Especially with the fact that her fiance Matt Cardona is now the GCW World Champion. To have them two having belts outside of Impact that neither one of them are recognizing. Now Impact may recognize this belt, the NWA Women's Championship. They're not recognizing. They're talking about the GCW title, but he's not bringing the title with him to Impact. So this would be interesting for them to have championships in two different organizations and still be together in Impact. That's interesting to me. So
controversy creates.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that.
So now we could talk about that thing. That new logo thing.
That new
the
one you mean the one that was made by Nickelodeon?
Yeah,
no. See, I rather talk about that thing that be thanging. How about that?
Right there.
Oh, Nick Cannon made it.
Yeah, Nick Cannon. That's an incredible special right there. Did you know?
Wait.
Can't get any more cartoony than that.
Wait, why don't we talk about that thing that be thanging instead of talking about that thing?
Well, you talk about my pullout game. Now you want to talk about my thing? Make up your mind, man.
No, I'm not talking about your thing. I said that thing that be thanging.
That's what I'm saying. Thing.
No.
Well, which thing you talking about?
I'm talking about that thing. She's be walking at that joint to say, just let me see you walk. Walk.
You talking about Gayle again?
I'd rather talk about anything other than that NXT logo. That is absolutely horrible. So I'd rather sit here and sing "Booty Butt Cheeks" by Gangstalicious than talk about that NXT logo. We can sing "Homies Over Hoes" for all I care.
Oh no, not "Homies Over Hoes."
Do the whole
really trying
to
James got it.
Oh man.
But
Bulldogs my shit. Hey, you gonna make me pull that? You gonna make me pull?
I got
Bulldogs up over here.
I got the set.
But here's my thing: what was the point of changing that logo like that?
Because they're getting ready to change up NXT altogether. This gives you an indication as to how much they're gonna fuck this thing up.
That's why look at the ticker. I didn't spend any time trying to make it mean something. It's that NXT thing. That's how I feel about it. What the hell is that? We're gonna make it something big. We're gonna do something special. We're gonna change it up. Now, Barry, if we take it all the way back to that statement you made a little earlier ago, this is WCW Thunder Night 1. Watch. The set, I mean, They were doing good with the gritty look of the Capitol Wrestling Center and stuff. I guarantee you it's going to be well lit now.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be light bright up in there. It's gonna. When are they talking about starting this up? All these changes and whatnot. I don't know, but I don't. If this is the start of what's about to happen, I definitely don't see Adam Cole coming back to this. This is ridiculous. I don't know what that was.
This is Le Dumpster Fire. You once again, you've taken something that was pretty damn good, damn near great, and you've turned it into trash.
Hot, burning garbage.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's been frozen for a while.
Lady C, our Olympic correspondent. It's ugly, never been cool, but it's definitely not looking cool now. It used to look hardcore. It looked wrestling-ish. Now it just looks like it went from being New York Undercover to, hey, you're watching Friends.
No, it's really, and I probably shouldn't say this, but
I know.
It's all inclusive.
I got that vibe too. I got that vibe. But it seems like but I've seen people that are part of the community like, the fuck? Why would you do that? Like, nobody likes the logo. Nobody likes this new stuff. It don't matter if you can be the most hardcore mark and you don't like it. The novice, the casuals don't like it. Nobody likes it. Stop fucking with shit.
You know who don't like it? The people in the truck. I'm tired of messing with me tonight.
They said they're gonna pay you back for taking your clothes off.
Yep. This is all paid. This is all a receipt for earlier in the show.
Yep. Yeah, they are hating on me right now. They knew.
That's why I keep my clothes on.
Oh, wait till you get that call from BJ. See, it was already discussed about your next burlesque show, sir. So yeah, BJ gonna have to have a word with you.
Yes, Lady C, you missed the strip show. He took his shirt off.
Yes, taco meat and all.
He was talking about braiding up his butt hairs, and he frozen again. I was gonna stand up and make it go dark.
Good job, guys in the truck. Good job.
Oh man, his Wi-Fi is going janky tonight.
He need to feed that gerbil that's running his Wi-Fi. You know.
Oh shoot! But this logo thing, this is just no. This is not where it's at. This is no good. You have to wait.
Who asked you to take the prescription?
Oh, wait a minute. No. I was about to say, it's bad enough. We got him on here once. We are damn sure twice. Hell no.
Who asked about the strip show?
Oh,
Lady C.
Dog.
Oh my
God. Oh man.
There you go.
I was gonna kick him from the studio. I ain't even gonna do it. And
I had to bring it. They asked you if you asked, I would give it to you. All that. Hold on. Just pluck it. Right
wait, the light's on. The light is on.
Get him! And put his shirt on backwards. Put his shirt on backwards and everything. Oh God.
The light is on. The light is on. The light is on.
I'm gonna get you a bowl for your birthday. Yeah. No, get him some pasties. That's what you do.
I guess it's about time to wrap that up, B.
So, cover up them hairy nipples he got.
Oh, it's cold. It's cold. Woo! There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that moment.
Nasty.
Wait. Okay, the boss BJ just he just sent me a text message.
Oh, snap.
He said, how did Edge using the Brood entrance mess up Gangrel's comeback?
Hello, BJ.
Okay. I read up on this. Okay. So
hold on. Let me make sure I got him here. Hold on, James going.
I did read up on this. I did see about this. Okay. So what happened was AEW was going to bring Gangrel in to have him do his thing on Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up seeing Edge doing the Brood thing, and they ended up shutting it down. Now, Edge ended up contacting Gangrel, because I guess they still talk, or they talk periodically, or whatever the case. And he was asking if he saw the show, and he said, "Yeah, I did." He said, "Yeah, I wanted to do that out of appreciation for you and all the things that you did to help me in the business and everything, bringing me in and whatnot." And he was like, I almost didn't want to tell him, but he ended up telling him what happened. And Edge felt real bad about that situation, saying, "Man, I didn't know that was going to happen. I'm sorry." He said, "Yeah, well, don't worry about it. I appreciate that you did it, and it was really well done. I like the fact that you did it. It was, and I have no hard feelings, no problems." Now, Tony Khan did come out and say that he did end up paying him as if he were going to appear. So Gangrel didn't miss any money on it, which is a good thing. But yeah, that kind of messed him up. And like I said, in my opinion, they did it wrong. They did that all the way wrong.
With Edge, they should have really recreated the
They really should have. They should have included. WWE should have included Gangrel in that storyline, in that part of the storyline. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to the entrance itself, they did it backwards to me. I would have started with Edge's regular music.
Right.
You think you know me, the dun 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 dun, all that, and then quiet, and then go into the Brood music. Have him go into the ring with the Brood music and the red lights and all that. And then, because with the way they did it, he just turned back into Edge.
Yep. And that's
no dark side or anything. I mean, they didn't. They brought back a couple of his old moves from his Brood days. They even brought out he even did his wife's finish, to give her a little shout out. But I mean, it was kind of a wasted gimmick to me, and it kind of and in the turn it messed up Gangrel. Now, BJ, you're saying, but why? Who knows? Bad timing. It looks like to me, because Edge did say to Gangrel in their conversation that they've been working on this for a couple of months to get that interest like that, to get that going. So I'm just attributing it to bad timing. I don't think it was something that AEW knew about, or WWE knew that they were trying to get Gangrel and it was kind of a screw you type thing. I don't think it was that. I don't think that was the situation. It was just bad timing.
But I will say this: the Brood's interest during the Attitude Era had to be one of the best interests at the time. I think it's one of the best interests of all time.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And
then the intimidation factor that the Brood had before they joined the ministry with the bloodbath, like, oh man. And BJ says they couldn't have used the same exact entrance on music, right?
Well, they had music. AEW had music set up for Gangrel, but he was going to come out to the fire. He was going to come up from the bottom, raise him up like they did WWE. They were going to have the AEW version of his music. He was going to do the blood spew and the whole thing, but it would have been like a copycat thing.
Yeah.
So it would have been a good thing for them to copycat off of WWE like that. So that's why they shut it down. And I don't blame them for that. You know, I wouldn't have done it either. But I mean, maybe they'll bring it back up at another time. I mean, it came out the way it came out, but you don't really know why it would have happened or what he would have been doing there, you know, or who he was going to be dealing with. So right. It's still something that can come up at another time, you know. So we'll just have to see how that goes or what happens. But Gangrel isn't missing for anything because he's wrestling every week. He's down there, and he's in a promotion in Texas called SWE, and he's doing very well. He's doing a lot of other independents and whatnot around the country, and he's just as big now in the independents that he ever was in WWE. So he's doing very well. He's not really. It's money that he missed, but he's not missing any money really. So he's doing all right.
Well, I got something special for y'all.
Uh-oh.
Don't charge us.
No.
Don't charge us for this.
That's all you get. Because I can only give you 15 to 30 seconds before I'm on the hook for it. That's all you get. But that right there, that's it fucking got you hype, man. But if it's done right, it got you hype. Right.
And the way the WWE did it, I mean, it was all right, but then they went right into Edge's regular music. I mean, it kind of defeated the purpose.
Yep. So, all right, fellas.
I just been fine. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Don has no shirt on, but I'm getting fine. I'm done.
You got your finger on the button. You could have taken them off.
EVP, that's what happens, man. That's what happens. EVP, what? Oh, take your shirt off too.
Oh no, we ain't gonna have no child pornography up in here. No. Let's not do that.
Well, let me say this. Tomorrow's a special day. Look, oh my goodness. Look, that's the money just going out the window.
I know, right?
Tomorrow's a special day. We're doing 53-man roster prediction for Damn,
whoa,
that's you too.
Whoa. Check my contract. Check my contract. I ain't got nothing to do with that. No. My contract doesn't have anything covering that, buddy. I'm avoid of that. You charge him double for taking his shirt off. How about that? Charge him for each nipple.
Oh my goodness!
Y'all care about the water glistening.
Now you got my wife involved. Look, she heard money going away. Now she involved. I'm in trouble.
Hey, you know.
Tacos. Look at all Miami with the taco meat.
That's what I'm talking about. Taco. Look at that.
This is not me.
Taco flavored kisses.
I'm telling them
why
to be.
Does he not have a shirt on?
I don't know why he doesn't have a shirt on. It doesn't look like he got any trousers on either.
Where is his wife? Yeah, it look like he ain't got no drawers on neither.
Oh my god. He's sitting there shining his nipples, and I'm getting in trouble for it.
Yes.
Why am I getting in trouble?
Because you let him do it.
I didn't let him. I done got fined. Now I'm in trouble. You know what? Tomorrow we got 53-man roster prediction for the Washington football team. So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be live on Podbean at 3:30. I'm gonna have to do overtime this week. I don't normally do overtime because I got to pay these fines. I got to pay my fines and Don's fines, and I'm gonna get my ass whooped once the show is over.
Yup, for real. Beat him. He told me to do it.
But Sharon was encouraging it. Sharon said she's gonna buy him a boa, and she said, "Ooh, I missed the strip show." And he started stripping again. Call her, get her.
Hey man, the stripping business started in Africa, long time ago, long time ago.
We was in here talking about breast milk and how to breastfeed on the road.
Why are you talking about breast milk and breastfeeding on the road?
Because when these lady wrestlers have babies, we talking about how. And now she talking about no the fuck I didn't. Yes, the fuck you did. You did
I
this.
heard it.
Don't be mad at my girlfriend now.
She's like,
Lady C, you started that second half. I'm sorry.
I know, right?
Even James just said she started.
I don't care.
You started that second half.
Careful, I may go full Genuine. That's all I'm saying.
As long as you don't go R. Kelly, we are. I guess we are.
No, ain't no R. Kelly in here.
Trapped in a closet.
That's my Robert.
Well, folks.
Wrap it up.
Well, folks.
It's already strong.
All I got to say is, next week we ain't got to worry about this shit.
Oh, yeah, next week is the 4th.
Well, next week we ain't got to worry about. Next week we are replacing this guy here.
Wait a minute, didn't I tell y'all that it got rescheduled?
No, you didn't tell us. So no, we gotta we have a special guest coming next week. So be ready for a special guest next week.
I already got my pen and paper ready for next week.
But we're replacing this guy. We're setting it up. We're setting up a new third next week. So next week, yeah, you ain't got to worry about no nipples, no extra long burst his hair on his nipples or nothing like that.
I know, right? Oh, you saw that?
You know what? We're not even gonna go into it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. That's the end of the show. We'll come back next week with our special guest, pen and paper in hand. We ain't got no more time. We don't do no overtime. We are out.
Well, we got to now.
You already know what to say, James.
Now.
You already know what to say, James. Wrap it up.
Hey man, I'm like Lizzo. I'm comfortable with myself.
Yeah, you be comfortable by yourself. And I'm gonna say it for you so you can shut the hell up. Diversify your bonds, motherfuckers.
Konnichiwa, bitches.
Konnichiwa, bitches.